For anybody who's watching the replay of this and might have saw the very first live, yeah, essentially the lady got there early, which normally doesn't happen because she's normally running from like place to place dropping off chickens, and so we went ahead and cut the live stream just so we could get everything in the car figured out. And we also had food, and because I get nauseous right now, I went ahead and ate, so I didn't do that on camera. I do have my Coke though, and to the people that don't like when I drink or eat on camera, I am going to drink my Coke because it's the only thing right now keeping me from puking. So now I'm just waiting for, hopefully everybody that joined the first time will join again so they can understand what happens, because I feel awful that I had to like just end that first live really quick. And so when a few more people get in here, I will explain fully what happened, because I went ahead and deleted my last live, the quick little 10-minute one. I'm back. All right, so what happened was the first live, if you missed it, don't worry, you didn't miss literally anything except for Ellie trying to tell me to calm down, essentially, because he's the driver and I'm the passenger princess, so I don't need to tell him what to do, essentially is what happened. Even though I still tell him how to do it and how to drive. That's what passenger princesses do, right? So anyways, we were getting our food from McDonald's because we were scheduled to do our thing, which I'll explain in a minute, at 12:30. Well, we got up here, we got to that side of town early, and so I was like, I'm feeling nauseous, can we please just get McDonald's real quick? And so that's what we did. And then I thought we would have about 15 minutes just to kind of talk and eat and do the live, but the lady pulled up, and so I couldn't. She has to go. She does like, it's called we were picking up chickens, for those of you that don't know, and it's called, because the place that I get my chickens from is called Seabreeze Hens, and it's down close to Galveston, which is really far of a drive for chickens. So she actually does this thing for $25. You pay $25 extra, and you'll do a Houston area pickup. And so she has a lady who comes down to her area, picks up the chickens, and then does a Houston area pickup. And so she has a couple different locations at different times, so you really don't want to like make her miss her next place. So that's why I had to end the live really quick. And then we got more birds actually than we expected, so me and Ellie had to kind of hash that out and kind of talk about like, okay, what are we gonna do? So let me talk about that first. Let me talk about what happened. So if you can't hear, don't mind this. This is some blankets that we had washed, and so they're in trash bags. But don't mind that, they're clean. See, I'm a little nervous. I'm gonna start burping, I think. A little nervous, it's okay. Why am I nervous? I have no reason to be nervous. It's okay. So as you can see, this is how the chickens are transported. They're not just in the box. They're in the box, but there's shavings in there, and they're really warm right now. They're not cold. I do have the AC on if you can hear it, but that's because I have to, or I might actually puke. So okay, initially we bought 9 chickens. 2 of them were adults, because Ellie wanted a chicken that Melinda, the owner of Seabreeze Hens, had only as a 5-month-old. And I say adult because compared to chicks, they're an adult to me. You know, they're really a teenager. But we got all pullets, meaning girls, if you don't know chicken terms. Cockerels are young males, and roosters are adult males. Pullets are young females. Hens are when they start laying eggs. And then you've got chicks. So we bought all females. And is there a naked neck? There is a naked neck. So what we did is we ordered chicks because we need to, chickens are fragile, y'all. And I hate to say it, but chickens, over these past few months of farming, I have learned that chickens sometimes just fall over and die. They really do. And you can even ask Jamie, you can ask Bree, you can ask anybody that has chickens. Sometimes they just fall over and die. They really do. and they're not really heat tolerant. I've done all kinds of things I can to give them their best lives, and sometimes they still just die. It's not like other farm animals like goats that you can see their sickness. You know, chickens, oh my gosh, I look so tired. Sorry, a really rough night last night. So I am pretty tired right now. But as I was saying, chickens just kind of die. If you have chickens, you know, you can do everything right and they still just die. It just happens. And chickens, I was talking to a lady, I didn't know this. What is it? I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought because I was listening to one of the chickens growl. There was a lady I went and picked up some Polish from a while ago also, and sometimes they're caught by a raccoon. Yes, that is true. They are caught by raccoons sometimes. Luckily, we have cameras where my chickens are, and so I have not had any issues with a raccoon. We did have a raccoon on our porch. I scared it away. But the good thing is the raccoon's not hungry, because I would rather the raccoon come up on my front porch and eat my dog food or my cat food or go into my feed room than come and eat my chicken. So the good thing is they're most likely not going to go after a chicken. But yes, that does happen, and that's kind of a calculated risk we've had to take right now with it being so hot. It's also very hot at night, and so I've elected to let my chickens free roam during the summer and the heat. We are, since the temperatures are starting to cool down, we are going to completely redo Rocky and Hey-Hey's pen. I'm going to take off all of their old chicken wire because it's just been destroyed after the hurricane and the flood. It literally popped to zip ties. And so after your chicken wire kind of goes through a flood, to me, it's just not as sturdy as it was. It's just kind of gross. So, you know, I'm sorry, I was just reading, please let's not talk about what happened on Jake's video. I'm not sure what happened. I promise I wasn't trying to, there's Ellie. He just went inside the tractor supply. So I promise, I know you probably weren't saying that to me, but I wasn't trying to bring up anything that might have happened. I'm just trying to educate people that birds do just die. And I think Ellie's realized that now too, that they just die. And a lady told me that she goes, actually I showed up at her house and to pick up birds, and we found a dead bird while we were walking, and she felt awful. And she goes, she's like, I've had this bird for 5 years. And I was like, and she's like, I don't know if you know, but that's a really long time for hens, because the average lifespan of a chicken is 7 years. But with the heat that we have in Texas and just how fragile birds get, having a bird live for 5 years is a really, really long time here in Texas. So keeping that in mind, I'm not going to say I don't feel bad when my chickens die, but I am. It messes me up for a couple days. But I am more aware now that, like, I'm not a failure when my chickens just fall over and die and there's like nothing, no indicator. Like, it's not coccidia, it's not anything. I always look for signs. I always try to do my best. But sometimes they just pass away. They really do. And if you've had birds, I know you understand that. So that's kind of happened, and Hey-Hey and Rocky's numbers have kind of dwindled. They're starting to get, what is it? Did that close? Did it close? I don't know if he got it to close. I have to put my seatbelt on. He's about to come back in the car. Okay. Seatbelt on. Yeah, so just, you know, their numbers have been dwindling. They're getting a little rougher on the girls that they do have. So we decided to go ahead and get some more birds for them. I talked about how Texas is a bad place to raise chickens. It's not a bad place per se, and certain breeds do better in the heat. So like Polish, I'm going to put this out there. What's Ellie loading up? Feed and bird stuff. I will not be getting any more Polish anymore because they're not heat tolerant, and they're extremely fragile, like Silkies. Silkies and Polish are kind of known to be like the 2 most fragile breeds. They really do not do well in the heat. I almost lost Hey last year. I literally had to dump him in a bucket of water to cool him down. I know that sounds dramatic, but that's what you do when they're like having a heat stroke.
He was little back then though, wasn't he?
He was little. He was under a year. So isn't Nate still alive? Yes, Nate is still alive. Newest thing about Nate, we have a bunch of hens. Nate has 0. You can stop growling.
So if I give my Turkins to Nate, you don't think he'll want them?
No, he doesn't like girls. Like, there have been so many girls, and he does not want any of them. He is not interested. I have never seen a bird. I was talking about it on my live the other morning. I think he has a bachelor flock. Okay, and so normally bachelor flocks is kind of a forced thing, because normally you don't put roosters together unless you have no hens. And you can put all roosters as long as they're away from them, but you can put like 10 roosters together and have a bachelor flock and they will be fine. They fight when there's hens. Most of the time it works. But I think Nate has unintentionally gained himself a bachelor flock and wants nothing to do with girls. Wants nothing to do with them. Like, we'll run the girls off too.
He has 3 or 4 rooster friends.
He
that hang out
does.
with him.
He does. He has like 3 or 4 girls, and he. See, okay, Ricardo says his rooster Poncho doesn't want girls either. Sometimes it happens, and he just isn't interested. And even I noticed when he had Penny, I thought that he was, Penny was the only girl in their little flock, and I thought he was breeding her, but he never did. I never saw him breed her. I saw everybody else. My phone will die soon. So, let me get point across of what we did today. So essentially, we went and picked up chickens. So we ordered 8 chicks. Now, we are missing 2. I think she might have forgotten to pack them, but it is 100% okay because...
Hey, Cassie's getting out. You escaping, Cassie? You getting out of there? Hi. She loves me already because I held her for my video, my Facebook video.
Well, hi. What are you doing?
Cowwheel.
If you didn't know, that's what a turkin looks like. They're also called a naked neck. They actually have no turkey in them. It's 100% chicken, but they do look like turkeys. We're about 15 to 20 minutes until we get home. Do you think that she can behave for 20 minutes?
Oh yeah, she'll be good.
I've never had this calm of birds.
They've already imprinted on me, so they know the importance of good behavior and respect for the car and its cleanliness.
Okay, so as I was saying, there were 2 chicks that Ellie and had additional to what we did, and I was busting his butt on it. I was like, you bought 3 of the same bird. Well, I bought him the chickens. I was like, so I bought 3 of the same bird from you. You're not going to be able to tell them apart. Well, she put herself back up. Okay. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yeah. You don't need to get in there with the chicks. So the 2 chicks that we were missing ended up being like $30 because that's how much chicks are, especially for the breed that it was. And so we don't have those, but honestly, I'm not going to text her and tell her about it because Melinda, I love her so much. I don't think she's watching this, but if you are, Melinda, I love you. She always gives me an extra bird. I think she knows because how obsessed I am with them, but she's always giving me an extra bird. And I never order just like 2 birds, right? I always order quite a few birds. It's always 5 and up. So I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie about it. She gets a lot of money from me. I'm not going to lie. At least twice a year. Yes, Jennifer, I still have the hats. I will use those as they get older. I can't put them on my Polish because of their heads or their crests, but she always gives me extra birds. And so I was telling Ellie, I was like, oh, she texted me yesterday, and she's like, hey, what color turkin do you want? Do you want red or black? And I was like, red. So I was only expecting to get the one turkin that I bought. And I was wondering, oh, is she going to give me a surprise chick? Or is she going to give me a surprise adult bird? Y'all, she gave us 2 birds. 2 birds, which because of how old they are and their breed, total out to be about $100, maybe a little more. So I'm not bad, or I'm not mad that I'm missing the 2 little chicks, because we got 2 really cool extra birds. I got an extra bird, I think it's a Cochin, but it's a bantam Cochin. And then he got an extra turkin. He got the red turkin that I asked for. And then she actually gave him a black turkin too.
Aww,
so you see that escapee where she put herself back in the box. She does have a friend. And since they're older, we're gonna do some things. We're gonna start switching around girls. We need to fix some stuff first that we haven't gotten to because it's been too hot. And after just barrel and everything in the flood, I've let my chickens free rein, and so we're gonna start. I have 3 flocks now, unfortunately, because if you know Frank's story, Frank took over. So we're gonna, over probably the next 2 weeks, we're gonna slowly fix the run, and we have places for the chicks to go, which will be in a brooder. We're gonna try brooding outside. If they start to go downhill, we'll bring them inside. I've already done that game before. And then the adult ones have a place. The 4 adults we have, well, they're 4 to 5 months old. Although they don't look 4 to 5 months old, they look like 8 months old. But that's just because they're big breeds. They have a place to go, and then we're gonna just kind of watch them. And me and Ellie are kind of gonna sort which birds are gonna go to Frank, which birds are gonna go to Hey Hey, and which birds go to Rocky. And we'll do it so everybody has an even number. And size-wise, it will make sense. So, yeah. Yeah, if y'all ever end up in Texas and you want chickens, Seabreeze hens, I need to text Melinda, because out of all the chickens I've bought from multiple places, I've bought fertile eggs, and I've bought just Polish from people. I've bought people getting rid of their flock. Melinda's chickens have been the best. I've had some of the chickens I've gotten from her pass away, but hers have been the healthiest and the sweetest by far. Hey Hey did not come from her. I will say that. Hey Hey did not come from her. And neither did Rocky, and neither did Frank. But just about all of my girls have come from her. And she raises amazing birds. We've been out to her place, and she's got so many birds. It's so funny. I got Rosie Ross from her. She told me, she goes, this one might be a girl. She let me pick. Because I asked her, I said, do you have any Polish that are like, that you know are females? And she's like, no, they're straight run. But if you want to go look at them and try your luck, you can. And so I totally picked Rosie Ross out, and Rosie turned out to be Ross. So Rosie Ross lives with my mom now. That's where all of my mom's chickens came from. Are you tippy tapping? We've got some growlers back there. That's okay. And Ellie, he's about to do his chicken journey. Are these my chickens too? Yes. But he's bonded a lot with my chickens, and so I think this is turning into our chickens. How excited are you?
Oh, so very excited.
He was so excited.
I bonded with Frank a lot, and then with
Frank is a weirdo.
Some of his girls, because I feed them over the fence when I'm feeding the ducks and the geese. Yeah. So they've learned to line up when it's feed time. And that you'll be able to even take it farther with these ones that you can get your hands on right now. Yeah. They'll be sweet. Like Hey Hey will attack everybody, but I can walk up to Hey Hey and pet him, and he lets me do it, and it's fine. So I think you're gonna love the journey. He even told me right after we picked them up and we were driving, he goes, thank you for getting me into chickens. I was like, of course. Like, I love chickens, and chickens are so great for farm maintenance. We don't have a lot of nasty birds. If we have an animal like Wilbur get out and he goes and takes a poop somewhere, that is gone by the end of the day, because of the chickens. They want that poop. So we don't have a poop surplus problem.
no bugs. It is a little loud. It gets a little loud sometimes, but it's okay. We're really happy. We're really excited. So pray for us for this brooder, our outdoor brooder journey. I've never done outdoor brooding, but I did a lot of research on fan heat. I do have a heat plate, not a heat lamp. I have up at the ceiling to get some air circulation so they don't overheat, because that's the only thing we're really going to be fighting right now, is making sure they're not overheating, and then just keeping them safe from predators, which will be fine. We're going to use it's not chicken wire. It's a little harder than chicken wire.
Well,
We've never had chicks outside.
I mean, that's different.
Because I've had
the adults.
No. I've had 3 rounds of chicks in the house, and I'm going to tell you this: it's the most disgusting thing ever. It's disgusting. We lose the bathroom, chicks when it happens, and it's just gross. I'm just real not interested in it. We're going to try breeding outside. If anything happens, they can come inside.
I was going to say between roosters and bunking and feet, we never have those.
Have one raccoon.
But it
They're it.
But it was moving.